feeling cold against your skin. Running through the chaos, letting all the sin. Temptation in a bottle, ready for the night. Craving for the thrill, it's time to ignite. Dark desires burning bright, echoes in the dead of night. No retreat, no looking back on this heart attack.
Hey guys, how are you? Good to be back on this Saturday night. Nice to be back. Very weird Saturday here. It's really drizzly. I think that's been the theme of November so far. It's like drizzly weather in Melbourne. It's just been really awful weather. So you're probably wondering why there's been no show for a few days. I have been absolutely under the weather. I have been sick as a dog, unfortunately, and I've been trying to recuperate and get back as soon as possible. And I felt just okay enough tonight. Whoa, my camera's really good work, camera. Good work. Now we got to fix the camera. I was feeling just enough okay today to sort of jump on and do a show. Hold on, where's my camera? Yeah. We gotta move the camera because apparently it's showing just my head. For some reason, it didn't. Normally, it goes to the one position that we do, but this time it did not. Hey, good to see you all. I'm sorry I've been away for a few days. Been trying to recover from this stupid virus or whatever it is, and came back. So I came back today. I'm still not feeling great. I'm still feeling a little like up and down. But we can do some true crime. We can do some true crime. Well, we were also going to do a taste testing of a cake, but unfortunately, it disappeared. It disappeared. No, we were defrosting it to do it the next day, and there was an accident. It was a tragedy, and the pie, it died. It died, unfortunately. It died a violent death. It fell off the counter and went all over the floor. So you can imagine a lemon meringue pie that hasn't been eaten, and it fell off the counter and just smashed all over the floor. And so the pie went. So there'll be no taste test tonight, unfortunately. We have to go get another one. It was just an accident. Sometimes bad things happen to good pies. Sometimes bad things happen to good pies. So it's a shame. It's a shame. Look, we talked about a girl's death the other day, a Apache girl from Arizona, and Justin Lum had an update yesterday saying the family is saying that there has been an arrest made. That they're saying that this is a quick turnaround considering what happened with Emily Pike. Emily Pike earlier this year still don't have a suspect or who it is. They're saying here the suspect, according to Chalicia's family, is a minor with no connections to her or the family. How does that work? A minor who doesn't know her and has no connections to the family at all. That is very strange. They're saying here, in a statement, they said they were told by law enforcement that the suspect is a minor and not connected to the family. And yeah, so apparently they've found the person. Good news, I guess, but we need some more information on this apparent minor who's going around killing girls and putting them into, bags or whatever and dumping their remains. I'm glad they caught him as a teenager and not a 35-year-old. At 35, they might have been a serial killer. It's a pretty strange development. It makes you ask questions then. How come we know nothing about Emily Pike? How come we know nothing? After, what is it now? Almost a year? Emily Pike. After a year, what do we know? Yeah, like 9 months later, where do we stand? Yeah, 9 months. Also an Apache, Emily Pike. She was a San Carlos Apache. And they're saying here that the family thinks that the case has gone cold for Emily Pike. And you see the differential between the two. This one only happened like about a week ago. Emily's happened 9 months ago. This one has been apparently solved. Emily Pike's one, there's no update. There's no suspect. There's no CCTV. There's no sighting of the person. There's no like, hey, I saw a black Ute that was over wherever in Globe, possibly dumping a body. Like nothing like that. It's very sad that you see this one apparently solved, but Emily's family and community still waiting for an answer. Unfortunately, we do see that in true crime where some cases that seem like they should be solved are not, and ones that seem very difficult get solved very quickly. It just seems to be the way it works. But here, let me play a video. I don't know if this is Justin Lum, but it could be.
Details in the murder of a Native American teen girl near White River. The family of Chalistia Kolale says an arrest has been made. They say that they were told by law enforcement that the suspect is a juvenile with no relation to the family. But the Bureau of Indian Affairs has told Fox 10 that no arrests have been made and that the investigation is ongoing. The girl's remains were discovered in the Knots Landing area near White River on November 3rd. And the FBI and BIA, they're asking anyone with information about this murder to come forward.
That was very interesting. At the bottom there of that video, can we get that back up?
Details in the murder
Yeah, let me pause
of a
this.
Native American teen girl near White River.
There we go. If we pause this, what does it say at the bottom? Family says a teen suspect is in custody. BIA says no arrest has been made. So which is it? Is there someone in custody over her death? BIA is saying no. So which one is it? Which one? It's so have they found the person or have they just found a person? Which one is it? Because they're saying here only a day ago the federal government announced a $5,000 reward for tips or information that led to the arrest of whoever killed Callistia. So they just did that less than 24 hours ago. And now they're saying, well, the family is that there's someone in custody. It doesn't sound right. If there was someone in custody, don't you think the authorities would be like, "Hey, we got him. Yeah, look how quick we did this." It's a bit strange that they're not saying that and they're still going ahead with the $5,000 reward for information. They're saying here BIA later confirmed that the death was being investigated as a homicide, explaining that foul play may have been involved. However, detectives haven't said what led them to believe it is a murder, but they're just saying it is. A little confusing. Yeah, I agree. It's a little strange wording considering yeah, let me get out of this. Considering the family says there's definitely someone being held for the death. Yeah, the report here says an arrest has reportedly been made in connection with the death of the 16-year-old Native American girl whose remains were found earlier in November. And they're saying that law enforcement told them. So it's very interesting. But the BIA released a statement and they say at this time, the BIA Office of Justice Services has not made any arrest in the investigation, and the investigation remains active and ongoing. Okay, it's a very different message than to we did it, we got the person, we closed the case. Doesn't seem so. Seems like maybe they picked someone up. Maybe the family is confused. Maybe they got a phone call saying, hey, we got someone who might be involved in the death of your daughter, and it ended up being that he's got no relation to it or something. That happens sometimes in these type of fast flowing investigations. They'll arrest people, they'll let them go, they'll think they got the right person. It isn't. It's hard to know. Snapcrackle said they can't say because of them being a minor. No, you can report a minor being arrested. You can even say they were arrested for murder. What you can't do is you can't name them. So you can say that someone was arrested in a murder investigation. You're just not allowed to release their name or any identifying anything about them. Like, you can't say, oh, they went to this particular high school and were in year 12. Some of those type of details you're not allowed to, because it may identify them, because there's maybe only so many people with that age and this type of X, Y, and Z. So I don't think it's that. I don't think it would be for that reason. Let's see what else we can find. The fact that they're saying, huh, that's interesting. The other night when we were talking about this case, I said, "What if this was related to Emily Pike?" And I was somewhat joking. I was saying, like, it would be strange to have multiple Native American girls be killed in the same year. Maybe it's the same person. And I was saying, I think I even said it would be like 1%. Like, the chance of it actually being connected would be literally like 1%. They said in their update down here, there is no indication that this is a serial offender. Okay, I hope people didn't take what I said and ran with it. I said it sort of, just sort of, we all kind of try to put two and two together, and I said the chances would be very, very low that it would be connected. Um, yeah, that's interesting. They're saying here, yeah, they're saying here, investigators are approaching this case with thoughtfulness and objectivity, considering all possibilities as they actively pursue all investigative leads. Considering all possibilities as they actively pursue all investigative leads, while there may be some similarities with other cases, Emily Pike, American Indian and Alaska Native people are at a disproportionate risk of experiencing violence, murder, or going missing, and make up a significant portion of missing and murdered cases. Yep, we have heard that over the years. They are saying here that they still are offering a $5,000 reward for information. So that doesn't sound to me like they have someone in custody. That sounds to me like they are still fully investigating what happened. I think if they had someone they liked for the crime, they would be putting out a very different message than this. Let's see. Yeah, at this time, the BIA Office of Justice Services has not made any arrests in the case. So again, I don't know what the family is being told, but yeah, the family. Could it be that the BIA don't know? Because there could be two different investigative agencies here. Could it be that there's two different sort of leads on the investigation? Could it be what county is this? White Mountain. No, that's not where she was killed though. Reported missing to White Mountain. What actual? I know it's the BIA, but what's the other agency? Normally, when it's a BIA investigation, there's normally a second agency like Phoenix Police or something like that. There's normally like a second agency. So could it be that the other agency got someone and the BIA doesn't know about it? I wouldn't think so. I would think they'd be working hand in hand together, but Rachel said, very mixed messages here. I feel terrible for the family if they believe someone is under arrest and they aren't. Yeah, me too. I think that's a very sort of cruel thing to do to the family if there really is no one that's being held for the death. Let me see here. They're saying here, even here, all right. Let's go to 12 News in Arizona.
New developments tonight in the murder of a 16-year-old girl in eastern Arizona near the community of White River. Thanks for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. A reward is now being offered for information in the case. And as Bianca Bono tells us, her family says 12 News tells 12 News there are significant developments in the case. Bianca?
Yeah, and although investigators with the Bureau of Indian Affairs are not yet confirming it, Cole's family tells us an arrest has been made in the case. The family of 16-year-old Celestia Cole, known to loved ones as Tia, saying there's been a massive break in the homicide investigation and an arrest has been made. They say a Bureau of Indian Affairs case agent visited them at their home on Thursday, informing them of the update. Family says the suspect is a minor and is not connected to them. Writing in a statement, while we take comfort in knowing that an arrest has been made, we recognize that the journey to healing and justice is still ongoing. But not long after the family confirmed the arrest, the BIA issuing a contradicting statement, writing, "At this time, the BIA Office of Justice Services has not made any arrests in the Celestia Cole investigation, and the investigation remains active and ongoing." 12 News speaking with a White Mountain Apache tribal spokesperson over the phone, and when asked if they could confirm an arrest, they stated they had no information to release at the time. The White Mountain Apache teen went missing in late October, and family posted to social media hoping for answers. Despite reporting her missing to tribal police, a statewide turquoise alert was not issued. The Department of Public Safety, which activates the alerts, stated it's the responsibility of the investigating agency to contact them to request an alert activation, saying White Mountain Apache tribal police never did. On November 3rd, tribal police announcing Tia's remains had been found near the community of Knott's Landing in White River. The Bureau of Indian Affairs is now assisting in the investigation, offering a $5,000 reward for information that leads to a conviction in the case. So again, conflicting reports from what we're being told by family who says BIA came to their home yesterday with that significant development versus what BIA is releasing tonight. The BIA says its investigation remains active and ongoing. If you have any information about what happened, call the BIA tip line at the number on your screen. We're live in studio tonight. Bianca Bono, 12.
Very, very mixed messaging coming from them. I don't know. I don't know what to think. How is it that they apparently had someone come to them from the BIA and told them in person there has been someone taken into custody for the death of their child? And then the BIA comes out with a statement saying, nope, hey, we don't have anyone. We have nothing to report. We are still investigating. And we have a reward now. We have a $5,000 reward. So, something not going okay. There is some sort of disconnect here between the family and the investigating agency. I just have a funny feeling that maybe they did pick someone up and that maybe they ended up being not connected to it at all. That happens, and oftentimes these family members are kept sort of in the loop. So they'll be like, hey, we did find someone, we're looking into it, and maybe they took it the wrong way, that maybe they thought, oh my God, they've solved it, they got the guy. But maybe the cops were just sort of like, no, we found someone. We don't fully know if this is the person. Like, it's early days in the investigation, right? So we will have to wait and see. Guys, give me 1 second. Give me 1 sec. I'll be back. 1 minute. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. We're back. Good to see you. We're having some issues here with we got a storm coming over, so I wanted to check the windows, make sure it's not going to rain in here. Um, come on, the Broncos. Broncos are playing right now on a Saturday. Oh, college football. You're going to San Diego on December 30 for New Year's Eve. I don't know what we're doing for New Year's Eve yet. We may go somewhere and I may live stream like Melbourne with the fireworks, and there's a really cool place down the road and you can see the entire bay and you can see all the fireworks go off at the same time. So we may do that for New Year's. We're still looking into what we're doing for the holidays and things like that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. College football. I have not been watching college football this year. I'm keeping up with my Niners, who are crashing and burning very slowly, but they are crashing and burning. All right. Mixed messaging with this particular case. We'll have to wait and see, but right now, two very different reports coming out. I don't know why the BIA would tell them that and then come out very publicly and come out fully against them and be like, nope, we got nothing like that to report. So I don't get it. I'm not sure what's going on. If they do have someone, that's great. If they don't, then, that happens in very, early investigative type things. Sometimes they pick someone up, it's not the right person, they have to go find another person. So it could be something like that. Yeah, but I have another thing for you. Apparently, while we're talking about kids that are disadvantaged, a story that Ping often likes to highlight as a child from, I grew up in the system. I grew up in foster care and public housing and group homes and things like that. I often try and bring stories from kids that are missing or maybe hurt, that type of thing. There's another child that is missing right now. 13-year-old Wynter Wagner. Apparently, she's been missing for almost a month out of Kentucky. They're saying here she went missing from an area called Rockcastle County, and it's been 4 weeks. Her aunt, Haley, said the hardest part is not knowing where she is and if she is okay. They're saying that here the 13-year-old had been living with a foster family and had been recently forced to change schools. They said she was having a little trouble at school the past couple of months, and she got put into an alternative school, and the day she went missing was her second day at that school. So let me play this video for you about Wynter, and hopefully we can research it a bit more and talk about it, if it'll play. Good work, Ping.
He's the teen who went missing in Rockcastle County.
LEX 18's Michael Burke spoke with Wynter's aunt, who has a few ideas about why Wynter might run from home, but she's growing more concerned with each passing day.
It's been 4 weeks now since 13-year-old Wynter Wagner disappeared in Rockcastle County.
It's driving us crazy. And like our minds they've been to the darkest corners, of course, because anything's possible.
Her aunt, Haley Whitehead, says that's the hardest part, not knowing where she is or if she's okay. Haley says Wynter has been living with a foster family and was recently forced to change schools.
She was having a little bit of trouble at school, actually, for the past couple months especially. She got put in an alternative school. And the day she went missing was her second day in that school.
Haley believes it's possible that can be a catalyst for this, as Wynter wasn't happy there, and this wouldn't be the first time she's expressed her unhappiness with her current situation, be it at school or at home.
I do feel like she was probably planning to run off. This is the second time that she's attempted to.
Haley very frequently hosted Wynter at her home over the years, even taking her on vacation with the family. She was very close with her cousin, Haley's daughter, as the two are only 11 months apart in age.
We've had to have some hard conversations about possibilities. And
Possibilities which concern Haley at this point, the longer it goes on, without a word from Wynter or answers from law enforcement.
it kind of feels like it's losing steam, like as far as people looking for her, like they were in the beginning. We really don't know what to do.
The family will be hosting a prayer vigil this Friday night at 6 at the God's Refuge Church in East Bernstadt.
We aren't going to quit looking for her. We're going to find her.
Michael Burke, LEX 18 News.
4 weeks. It's a long time for a kid to be missing. If it is a run, we talked about it the other day that we got to stop calling kids runaways, right? They're just missing, which can encompass a whole bunch of different scenarios because there's never one direct meaning or grouping that fits every situation, but we can just call them missing because they are. So I don't think describing her as a runaway is a great idea. We're trying to move away from that type of wording. Wynter Wagner. Let me see what else we can find. 4 weeks. That's a long time for a girl of that age to be missing, even if it is voluntarily. But I hope she is seeing all the public outreach that is going on and understand that her family, no matter what kind of disagreements or, how bad things seem right now, things can always get better. And, her family seems very worried. All she has to do is reach out and tell them that she's okay. I think that would allay a lot of fears with everyone if she can just reach out to the family and say, I'm okay. Don't want to come home right now. I will come home eventually, but not right now. That is the mature thing to do. And I hope she'd do it. But hey, we're talking about a 13-year-old here. They won't always do what the adults think are the best idea. Wynter Wagner. What can we find out about this girl? They have been putting... Oh, that's interesting. Someone reported that she'd been found. Yeah, she has not been found. There seems to be some misinformation going around that she was found today. She has not been found. The word is she has not been located. So if you see any other true crime people reporting that she has been located, apparently that is not true. She is still missing, still being looked for. So let me see where I can find out where that is coming from. Let's see. The search continues. Last seen. So apparently they've been doing drone searches today, looking for her out in the area, trying to see if they can find more, like whether she's in the bushland or something like that. Family is reaffirming that statement that she has not been located. So the family is also saying the same thing, that she has not been found. So we will have to keep an eye on this. Let me see if I can find anything else for you. Let me take you to this page. There's a bunch of photos of her here. Bunch of photos of the girl. Yeah, what does this say? So they're talking about the Rockcastle County Sheriff's Office continues to work in cooperation with the Kentucky State Police. The FBI London, Kentucky Field Office, the U.S. Marshal Service is getting involved, and the state law enforcement agencies in our attempt to locate Wynter. Investigators have conducted numerous interviews, reviewed surveillance camera recordings, and will continue to follow up on all tips and information received. Why would the marshals be involved? That's an interesting one. U.S. Marshal Service for a missing teenager? I don't know if I've ever heard of that before. Oh, that's a very interesting bit on the end here. Additionally, for reasons of safety and compliance with laws regarding juveniles, we cannot share case information over the phone with persons who are not verified as Winter's immediate family. That tells me that true crime people have been calling in, trying to get information from the law enforcement office to do our shows and things like that. And they're saying because she's a juvenile, unlike other types of cases where we can ring up and get off the record information, stuff like that. Because she's only 13, you can't do that. So they're saying, please stop calling. We will not be able to give you any information. Rockdale County. Let's see. So I don't know where this information came out that she had been found, but people have got to be very careful with releasing fake information. Please don't be doing that. They're saying, someone posting here, has her foster parents been involved in anything? And I get it. There's been a lot of foster family bad things happening over the years, but I don't think the investigation is going in that direction right now. They're not looking at the foster family at this point in time. Let's see. That was yesterday from the sheriff. So yeah, looks like that is the most recent update. She has not been found. And yeah, there we go. Let's get this up on a different screen. There we go. Very old-fashioned printing out the press report here. They're saying multiple land and drone searches have been conducted with the help of Rockcastle County Emergency Management, local volunteer fire departments, and local and state law enforcement and civilians. These searches have been conducted in the area where Wynter was first reported missing, along with other areas of reported sightings of Wynter. It's a long time to be missing, right? They say we continue to communicate daily with the Kentucky State Police and the U.S. Marshals. Yeah, we cannot disclose specific locations, techniques, and technologies being used by federal agencies. We will not share any information that could compromise the investigation or our goal of bringing Wynter home. And then they go on to say that they can't give out information anyway because she is a juvenile in Kentucky. Kathy says, according to Google, that is 2 hours north of me. Really? 2 hours from you? All right. Let's see what else we can find about Miss Wynter. Okay, Wynter Wagner. Apparently there was a prayer vigil tonight for her. As well. I'm trying to see if I can find a little bit about it for you. Okay, that's not showing me anything. I was hoping to find something from the prayer vigil, but I cannot, unfortunately, get you anything from that. Maybe later. But they're saying faith is what family and friends of Wynter Wagner have been holding on to for the past month. Both their faith in God and their faith that Wynter will safely come home soon. Haley Whitehead, Wynter's aunt, said, I believe in God, and if something positive is going to come out of this, it's going to be God. There's power in prayer and powers in numbers. Yeah, that's true. I believe there is power in community numbers and people helping. They're saying here. Uh, they're saying here on Friday night, 1 month after she went missing, family and friends and community members came together hand in hand, prayed for her safety and her safe return. Well, that's all we can hope for, right? That's all we can hope for is that she comes home safely. Uh, a month is a long time, though, guys. I would say. Sorry, I'm trying to read another note here. They said her aunt said Winter had been living in her latest foster home for about a year before she disappeared. As a person who's lived in foster care, this is really common. It's really common that there's a lot of friction between the foster child and the foster family. It's because those kids always know they're different, and it's very it's very hard for the foster family and the child to to um to fix that. It's something that takes a long time. It takes a lot of trust from both sides. It takes a lot of understanding, and it doesn't always work. It does not always work. There's just sometimes barriers that are impossible to overcome. Sometimes the kid never feels comfortable with the family even after a year or two, and having to have her move school may have been another stress point for her. Yeah, 1 month, it's a long time. What else did they say here? What did they say about the school again? She was having a little trouble at school. She got put into an alternative school, and the day she went missing was her second day at that school. What is an alternative school? Is that like for people who have academic problems? What is that? Uh-huh. It does sound like students attending these type of schools are typically underachieving and usually are deficient in credits to graduate or be with their same age students. So it sounds like it could be for kids who are not doing well at school and may need to be yeah, it's very unfortunate. If she's in an alternative, it's for behavior. Okay. Alternative schools are for troubled teens. Okay, I've never heard of these before. I've usually for troubled behavior. Okay, interesting. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think any of us expect a kid at 13 who's been through obviously so much. This is not the first foster family she's been with. You know, she's gonna have some problems. You know, and that may have bent her self-esteem having to be taken out of a school that she was seemed to be doing okay at and then have to be put into this alternative school. That is probably not very you're not building her up by doing that, are you? Even if it's for her best interest, it's not. It's a negative and a positive at the same time. Right. It would break it would hurt her by having to remove her from possibly a friend group that she already has. Even if that's a negative on her, it could be a positive in trying to change her behavior, but a negative by taking her out of an environment that she's already comfortable in. And when you have these kids who have been moved around so much, it's anytime you disrupt their routine, change things that they finally got comfortable in, it can be a really big deal. So, yeah, I would agree. Kathy said no kid wants to be put in an alternative school. No. And the fact it was the second day of her having to go to this particular school is when she went missing. Uh, the aunt might be right in that it could be the reason for it too. If she's out there hiding because she doesn't want to go back to the alternative school, I get it. Yeah. So her aunt said this wouldn't be the first time she's expressed unhappiness with the current situation, be it school or at home. So it sounds like she's unfortunately, yeah, there's definitely some friction there. I want to know why or what happened to her original parents, like her birth parents, and how she got to 13 and is only just now in foster type situations. That would be interesting to know. Just Call Me Kim said, not to mention kids can be cruel and alternative schools are worse. I can't say I know a lot about them. Let me see if I can find something. So she's in Rockcastle County. Let me see, Rockcastle County. Let's see if we can find a school. Rockcastle alternative. Sounds like it might be Rockcastle Academy. Rockcastle Academy is academic. Sounds like this might be an academic school. I don't know if that's the right type of alternative school, but it says provides a learning environment that empowers students to master academic type things. Yeah, this sounds like an alternative school. Students enrolled in the academy receive individualized instruction based on their personal needs and level of achievement. And upon enrollment at the academy, students are assessed and placed at the appropriate academic level. Students then work at their own pace with staff guidance, with the goal of attaining an academic proficiency equal to their peers of the same age. That sounds like an alternative school. So there is one close by. It's called Rockdale Academy. I don't know if that's the school she went to, but it is one of the ones that are close by to where she is from. Yeah, let me go here. I'll show you. So Rockcastle Academy seems to be, it is in Kentucky. And it says here the program is used to assist with credit recovery and getting students on track for graduation. Counseling services are also provided on a daily basis. Yeah, it sounds like a alternative school. So I would like to know, how does it work? Can you go to this school and when you get your work up, can you go back to your other high school, or no, you always have to go here till the end of graduation? I would like to know how that works. Yeah, 13-year-old girls. I don't think any of us don't understand what that might be like. Carolina said, in our district, it means you've been kicked out of regular public school. But you could be kicked out for various reasons, right? Some of it could be academic, some of it could be behavioral. So it could be behavioral that leads to academic bad results or something like that. You know, you're not paying attention in class, your behavior is not correct, you keep getting kicked out of class, all those type of things. I'm sure those all lead to the same type of thing. Well, this poor girl, I think she's been through a lot at a very young age of 13, and now she's been missing a month. She's been gone for over a month, and no one's seen her. I hope it's not as bad as we think it could be. There's some really bad sort of endings here that we could look into. I'm sure you could all figure out what they might be, and I hope that's not why they're searching bushland. So apparently they've been searching the wilderness surrounding the area she was last seen, and you could guess what some of those things could be. I can't tell you them on Facebook, YouTube. Yeah. So they describe her, because we have not described her, 5 feet 1 inches tall, so she's quite short. 147 pounds. She has long brown hair, blue eyes, and piercings in her ears and right nostril. So she has a nose piercing. $5,000 reward for information is being offered if you can tell the authorities where Wynter Wagner might be. So she's been seen around a place called Orlando. Orlando is a small community, and that is where she was last seen. So let's have a look. Orlando in Rockcastle County. Let's see. Rockcastle County. I want to see what the community's like. Orlando, Kentucky. It's considered an unincorporated community in Rockcastle County, Kentucky, in the USA. It's at the junction of Kentucky Route 1004, Kentucky Route 1912. All right, let's have a look. Can we see a map of the place? I don't want to drive to, I don't want to drive to Rockcastle County. No, that's not it. No, I don't want to go to Orlando. It wants to send me to Orlando, Florida. I don't want to go to Orlando. All right. So it is a pretty small place. There are the two highways that they were talking about just before. So she was last seen out in this area, very hilly, mountainous area. Look at that. What is out here exactly? How would you get around this area if you didn't have a car? There's Mount Vernon. There's the local town. And she was last seen in Orlando. Well, Orlando's all the way out here. I know Mount Vernon is the sort of local big town, but there's Rockcastle County Clerk's office. What else do we have here? They have an airport? Oh no, it's a hospital helipad, not an airport. Okay. So it looks like any small town. It always has a connecting highway. That's I-75. Let's see. So if that's the local county that they're talking about, Mount Vernon, and she was last seen in Orlando, the hell is out here? Like literally. No wonder they've been having like drones out here and searches of the land and things like that, because look at it. It's basically forest. It's basically forest area. And now with it getting cold, I don't know if it is snowing out here yet, but is it snowing out in Kentucky right now? Kentucky. Is it snowing in Kentucky? It is pretty cold. 17 degrees in my weather. It's in the low 60s in Fahrenheit. So it's not that cold. It's cool, but it's not that cold. It's not like 1 degree or something like that. No snow right now. It's not saying any snow. So it seems to get down into the high 40s overnight, and during the daytime it gets into the low 60s. So not that bad. Not that bad. Let me see what the National Weather Service has to say. Yeah, the weather's not that bad. Don't see any snow right now for Kentucky. So at least it isn't snowing out there. If she is out there, it's not snowing at least. What is going on? Oh. Sorry, guys. My phone is going flat. Hold on. I have to get my charger. All right, there we go. Got the phone on charge. You love learning new Aussie words. What word did I teach you? Hey, Carolina, thank you very much. In honor of Nanalana's grand kitty. A grand kitty? What's a grand kitty? Let me see. Oh, no, that's very sad. Nanalana said, those who have seen my post about my daughter's fur kitty, Bear, being lost for 2 months, then made it back home, but it was in very bad shape. Oh, you had to put him down? At least he made it back home to see family. At least he made it home to see family before you had to put him down. It would have been worse if you never seen him again, right? That's so we take comfort in our pets, that we do the best we can for them, and that includes having to make the decision like what's in the best health for them. So as sad as that is, I mean, at least you got to see him before you had to put him down. So that's what I would take solace in. SPM said phone. Yeah, we say flat, so the phone is flat. Is it not what you guys say? Flat battery? Yeah, we say flat battery, so the battery is flat. I don't know. That's what we say here. Yeah, flat meaning dead. You say my phone is about to die, not flat. Okay. Well, we say sometimes our phone is flat or the battery is flat, or sometimes we might say the phone is about to die, but yeah, depends. Depends what word you want to use. All right, so very remote town. Not like it's just very country. It's not like a big city or something like that. Orlando's pretty small. I want to know why she was around Orlando though, and not Mount Vernon. Let me see. Winter Wagner. I want to see if we can find anything else about the background to this. If she's been missing a month, there's got to be more to the story. And why has it only popped up in true crime in the last few days? What's the date today? 16. Okay. Oh, I hate when they do this. All right. So on the 22nd of October, there was an article that came out. What else do they have to say? That her aunt said the 13-year-old girl had been at her latest foster care home. We know that for about a year when she went missing on the evening of October 14 in Rockcastle County near the Orlando area. So they're not telling us the exact area. They're saying here, after more than a week of searching and distributing flyers, the family is wondering why more hasn't been done. This should have probably been more of an alert early on. I do feel like a new system needs to be put in play to get the word out about the missing. They're saying here, according to the Kentucky State Police, they said that searches are ongoing. They've got ground searches and they're flying drones around the area. And the family's message says, Wynter, reach out to us. And they say, I won't make a fuss, I promise. Just let us know that you're safe. We're worried. We're very worried. We love you. Her dad echoed, we're always going to look for you. We won't stop. And if you're able to, just please call and let us know you're safe. Even if you don't let us know where you're at, just tell us you're okay. Because it's the worst feeling in the world. We just want her home. So the family echoes the same things that I said earlier. If she can just call and tell people that she's alive, I think that would help a lot, to get people to stop fretting as much. Okay, let's go here. I will agree that it has been a slow sort of burn on this one. I haven't seen her name pop up except for in the last 24 hours. And I'm always looking for different missing people and things like that. And I haven't seen this one before. So I am confused about why it took almost a month for anyone outside of the local area to know about it. Although the Aware Foundation had it 3 weeks ago. The Aware Foundation posted October 24, Winter B. Wagner last seen around 6:15 p.m. on October 14. Okay, so we don't know a lot more than other than that. We know about the school issue. We know that she was with a foster family. We know that she was having some friction between the family and her schooling. But other than that, yeah, let's go to Lex 18. What do they have to say? They say Winter has been missing for 3 weeks as of Tuesday, leaving her family with more questions than answers about what happened to her or where she might be. How come we haven't heard from the foster family? We've heard from her aunt, we've heard from her father, we've heard from other people on her family. Is it illegal in Kentucky to identify a foster family? Is that a thing over there? Hold on. Kentucky foster family illegal to ID. I'm gonna have a look. Um, okay. In Kentucky, it's not explicitly illegal under all circumstances for a foster family's name to be identified, but strict confidentiality laws govern how this information is handled by state and associated agencies. The intentional or careless disclosure of confidential information by those involved in the foster care system is prohibited and can carry penalties. But that's not what I wanted to know. I wanted to know whether it was media and general public. While there isn't any specific law broadly prohibiting a member of the public from saying a foster family's name if they happen to know it, professionals within the system are legally bound to confidentiality. The legal framework surrounding child welfare cases strongly prioritizes privacy. Okay, so it's not strictly prohibited from us if we knew it from saying it, but it seems like there is a big emphasis on anonymity for the foster family. Because, yeah, we haven't heard from them at all. Kathy Lynch said someone is probably hiding her, I hope. It's a long time, a month. I think the thing they're worried about is you have a girl who has been through a lot, has had a lot of stresses recently, having to change school, having to go to like a remedial type high school. I think the fear is possibly the S word, and that's why they're searching the bushland with the drones and ground searches and things like that. If they thought someone was hiding her, I don't think that's what they would be doing. I feel like they would be searching homes and search warrants and things like that. The fact they're searching bushland, I worry That's what they think is going on. At least my judging from having a look at it. I hope that's not the case. I really do. I hope she's being hidden somewhere. But why would you continue to search bushland with drones and search crews if you thought someone was hiding her? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So the prayer vigil was held last night, and it was held at 6 p.m. at God's Refuge Church in East Bernstadt for the 13-year-old Wynter Wagner. So I don't think we have too much more information other than that, unfortunately. Let's have a look here. Okay, interesting. There is some people speculating online. I just don't want to repeat it. There's a lot of people speculating about the foster parents, and I don't want to be a part of giving rumors out to people when we don't have the information for it. Yeah, okay. I'll just leave it there. There is a lot of people on Facebook speculating about that foster family, but there's no proof that they got anything to do with it. There's no investigative angle that I can point you to that says they're looking in that direction. If they were, then it would be fair to speculate about it. But we don't have that to back up a reason to speculate about them. If you do so now without any information, you're contributing to the cesspool of true crime. You're muddying the water. So I'll just say at this point in time, there is no reason to look in that direction. And until there's something from authorities that says, hey, that's the direction we're sort of looking in, then it's not right to do that. So I'll leave it there. Hopefully, there's more information forthcoming about this, but 4 weeks is a long time for a 13-year-old girl to be missing, and no sightings at all. There's been no verified sightings of her after that day. After that day, around 6 p.m. on October 14, there is no confirmed sightings. No one's seen her. No one's seen her in town. There's no one that she hasn't contacted friends, no social media, no bank accounts, anything like that. So that's always very worrying. Because let me try to paint a photo for you. A teenage girl who goes missing, if she really was a runaway, what's the one thing she'd want to have with her? It'd be a cell phone, right? Because those teenagers can do anything with a cell phone. They can talk to friends, they can organize someone to pick them up, they can find a friend to stay with for the night. Without a mobile phone, it's very difficult for them to do anything like that. And if she had a mobile phone, I'm guessing they would be tracking it. They would be getting subpoenas and contacting the telephone company and getting all the data about that phone and seeing whether it was still active or not. If it hasn't been used, then you've got a very big problem. If it has been used, then you know she's being either hiding herself or someone is hiding her. But we don't even have that information about her either. So I'm just going to leave it there. If I get anything else about Wynter Wagner, I will bring it to you. I will bring more information about Wynter for you. But yeah, very sad case. A month missing. That's a long time. It's a long time to be missing. What other stories did we need to catch up on? I think there was another missing girl that I wanted to talk to you about. I just want to see if whether it's been... Nope, apparently it's still ongoing. Okay. Got a lot of missing kids around the holidays, apparently. So we go to Ohio. Ohio. Missing 16-year-old girl reported missing with no contact for almost a week. Police asked for the public's help in locating her. This is a photo of her here. I will put it up for you. And her name is Rayina. Rayina Haddox. She's from Pickaway County. And she's missing from the Buckeye Trails community. And they're saying she's been missing since the 9th of November. So that's only about a week. And they're saying that she's had no contact with family or friends and no activity on social media. They noted that this is very unusual for her, as she's often on social media. Let's see what else we can find about Rayina. Rayina Haddox. Let's have a look. Apparently her mom has been posting on Reddit. Yep, she has. Her mom says she ran away around 5:40 p.m. today on the 9th of November. Someone picked her up from Buckeye Trails community in Lockbourne, Ohio. Her last pinged location was from her Snapchat and showed she was at the smoke hut in Circleville, Ohio, around 6:15 p.m. The guy working there did check the security footage and she did not enter the store. A missing persons report has been filed with the Pickaway County Sheriff's Office, and the Circleville Police Department is aware as well. They also notified Clark County and Springfield, Ohio's police departments due to that she had lived in that area the past couple of years. So that's her mom posting on social media. So they have a Facebook account for her as well. This is her Facebook account here. This is her last post on the 9th of November at 9:20 at night. She went missing at 6 p.m. Huh? Is this before or after she went missing? I don't know. It's maybe it is the 8th of November because it's American. Let me see. It doesn't tell. It tells me the 9th of November at 9:20 in the evening. And she posted all these different photos here. Her and a cat. Her playing Guitar Hero. Her and a brother, maybe. Her and another cat. Another cat. Peace sign. Another cat. Another cat. Another cat. Oh, another cat. A lot of photos of cats. All right, what's this? Was that a video? I don't know what that's about, but sure. There you go. Her mother says that was the last of her social media interaction on the 9th of November. Strange. I'm trying to find out if her mother posted anything else. So the mother says we have talked to her friends. She has gone no contact with all of her friends and her socials have not been active as of late. We have reason to believe she was groomed by a teacher at her school and there is some suspicion she may be with him at one point. and maybe still, he refused police entry into his home when they went around there to look for her. So the mum's saying that the police went to this teacher who may have groomed her, and when they went to try and enter his home, he refused entry to his home. I hope that's not what's going on. I really do. That's not a good thing. Here, let me see if I can find out what else the mum has posted. So apparently the daughter also goes by the name Pippa, Pip, and Astra, and is thought to be somewhere in Springfield, Ohio area. Her Discord has been active under a username. I don't want to give out the username, but I have it here. What else do we have? Let's see. Okay, I think that seems to be the last bit we have, but that is very interesting. Mum says, we have reason to believe she was groomed by a teacher at her school, and there is some suspicion she may be with him at one point and maybe still with him now. He refused police entry into his home. That was a couple of days ago, about 2 days ago now. Okay. Someone is saying on this Facebook post, if you scroll down, she interacted with someone. Let's have a look. Okay, it doesn't look like I can see it, but someone said she interacted with someone on social media. So whatever the situation is going on, it's pretty strange, but her mum seems to be trying anything and everything to get people within true crime world to try and talk about it. They did start a thread on Web Sleuths. Good work to the person on Reddit that recommended that a thread be made on Web Sleuths. Good work for doing that. Let's trying to find out any more information. No, I can't. I don't see it, unfortunately. Yeah, that's all I see. Mum hasn't posted on Reddit. The last time she posted was a while ago. About a day ago, she posted, and she posted in the Ohio subreddit. I'm just gonna have a quick look in the Ohio one too. A lot of nice people saying that they will keep an eye out, spread the word, and try and find her. A lot of people from the area she might be in Columbus and other areas too. Springfield as well. So apparently they've also made a Facebook group. All right, let's have a look at the Facebook group. Let's see if we can show you anything from there. So they did make a Facebook group as well called Bring Rayina Home. And there's that thing here. There is reason to believe Rayina was coerced and groomed by a man who is 32 years older than her. There is also suspicion that this is the man who picked her up in Lockburn, Ohio, where she went missing from, which makes this case now a possible kidnapping, with intent to conceal a minor. According to Facebook posts, a love letter from Rayina was found in this man's home, as well as her bra. These items were not found by the police, but someone close to him. The suspected man has denied access to his home regarding police entry to search it multiple times. Rayina's social media has remained inactive, which is highly unusual for a 16-year-old girl and out of character for Rayina, according to her family. Due to the suspected male, there is strong belief that Rayina is in the Springfield, Ohio area currently. Hmm. They're saying that the love letter that was found was from July, which was the man's birthday. But they're saying it's not enough for a search warrant of his home because it's just a letter and it could be for his birthday. So I'm hoping they'll eventually get into that home. The fact her bra might be there is a bit concerning. The fact that there's a love letter from Rayina to him is also concerning. The question I have is, how come this grooming wasn't figured out until now? Was there any suspicion of it happening earlier? Was it reported to the school? Did anyone report it to the authorities before she ran away? How did this become uncovered? How did they find out about it? Did it only sort of become uncovered during the runaway, or not runaway, when she went missing? Or did it happen earlier? These are all bits of information we need to know. So, Rayina may be in Springfield, Ohio, and maybe holed up with a guy, and it could be her teacher. They're saying that if you see Rayina, you need to contact the Springfield Police Department, and they're saying the number is 937-324-7685. And yeah, there you go. So that is the latest update. Do they have anything else here? No, just that they're looking for her. No, we can't play music. Um, there you go. Let's see if we can get this up in a. There's some photos. We have a lot of people who watch from Ohio. So if you're from Ohio and you see this girl around the area, please let me know. Or not let me know. Let the police know. Contact Springfield, Ohio Police Department and report it to them because it sounds like a very odd situation. Hey, Chipmunk. Chipmunk said it's weird not being able to see when the stream started. Okay. Hey, the Thoros, what's up, my friend? Glad to be here. Ping, Mrs. Ping, Knights of Ping mascot Muffin. Muffin is sleeping right now. He's sleeping on the couch. He's not here right now. He's having an afternoon siesta. he's he's having a nap. They were running around earlier. Him and Rory were playing hide and seek, and then Rory would jump out and attack him. And oh, Chipmunk said there's no more time like was before this new format. I can't see it. It doesn't show me when I go into our software to do the live show. It looks like the way it always does, and there's no difference for me. It must be on the YouTube side of it. All right, hold on. All right, there we go. I just went and grabbed my phone now that it's got some charge on it. It's good to be back. All right. Chipmunk said, others see that right, not just me. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, it doesn't say that anymore? Okay, I don't know. I do know what you're talking about. I have seen that before on other streams or whatever, but I don't know why it has gone away. I don't know why. Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's any evidence of this teacher on her social media, but I'm guessing there probably isn't. Trying to see if there's any evidence of this of a grown man. I don't see a teacher being listed on here. No, I don't see it. I don't see a grown man. I see a couple of school friends on her social media, but nothing like that. Yeah, apparently she got some tattoos recently. On September 1 of this year, she got what looks like a lotus flower on her back, and she got some stars on her stomach. There you go. She got some. So if you need identifying features, if she's wearing a top that you might be able to see, if you see the girl with these type of star tattoos and on her back, I don't know if you'd be able to see it unless she's wearing like a singlet top or something. But she has what looks like a lotus flower on her back. So these were only done recently, September 1 of this year. So she is an underage girl, so we got to be careful. Yeah, I don't see anything else really on her thing. Apparently there was homecoming a few weeks ago, she says on here. She put a thing here for Christmas gifts that she put up for Christmas, like an Amazon wish list for herself. She also, let's have a look. November 9. So yeah, November 9, she was pretty active on the social media. November 8, she was also active too, around the same time, which is interesting. See that? 8th of November, 21:46. Then the next day, almost the same time, 9th of November, 21:15. So around 9 o'clock at night, she was on at the same time, updating her social media. Carolina said, how old is this girl? You can't get tattoos here at this age. She is 16. Kim says parent can sign for a tattoo. She says in the message that she's been keeping it hidden, especially the one on the stomach. So I don't know. Hey, the Thoris. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, love to you too. I'm glad. I hope you're doing well. Kim said I had to sign for my son to get his ears pierced at 14. Really? For ear piercing? You had to get a permission slip? I have never heard of that before. Really? For that? I don't think you have to do that here in Australia. I don't think so. I think you can probably do that. I don't know about anything else like tattoos or anything. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Body modifications, but an ear piercing? I think don't they do that to like little girls? Don't they like pierce their ears at the mall or something? I didn't think you'd have to get a letter from your parents to pierce your ears, but okay. I don't have anything else for rayina, but I will keep an eye on her mum's posting on Reddit and see if we can get any more updates about this teacher in Springfield, Ohio, and what is going on. It's hard to know. Sometimes when people go missing, the parents are so frantic. They think one thing is going on and it could be something else. I hope she's not being groomed and her parents are just sort of jumping to conclusions. I hope so. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see if her mom posts again. But right now, when did she post this? Seems like she hasn't posted in 24 hours. Yeah, she has not posted in 24 hours, the mom. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they are on the trail to finding her, but she was really active posting about her daughter, and now she's gone very silent. So maybe she's come home. Maybe they have got some good information about her. What's this? It's interesting. There was a story posted in the news, but it's been taken down. I wonder if she's come home. That was only a few hours ago. All right. Let me check one other place because normally when that happens, it means they found them. Let me try the last hour. Let me see if I can check one other place. Because yeah, normally when the stories are taken down like that, it means they have been located. Yeah. Investigators believe she may be in the Springfield, Ohio area with an adult male. No update on whether she was found. And that story was only a few hours ago. 6 hours ago on WTRF, which must be a local newspaper down there. Yeah. That's it. Okay. I don't think she's been found, unfortunately. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep an eye on the updates from her mum. And if we get anything good updates or any breaking news on this teacher, I will let you know. Carolina said, we caught a girl I went to school with at 16 coming out of a teacher's house at night. Never told anyone. Wow. These days, I hope you would, because we don't sort of condone that type of activity anymore. Gayla said, more laid back than I would be if I thought my daughter was with a 40-something man that's her teacher. Wouldn't you just contact the school and just be like, hey, we have reason to believe my daughter's at a teacher's home. Can you do something about this right now? Thanks. Like, wouldn't that be the first phone call you would make? Is to the person who is hiring the guy, who is signing his paychecks? Isn't that what you would do? So we may have to wait and see. They may have to wait until they can get a warrant to search his home, maybe. But yeah, I would have thought you just call the school and be like, hey, this guy is possibly grooming young girls, and I thought they would take that pretty seriously. So I don't know. I think that's it. Is that all we have for tonight? Two missing people stories. Maybe we have one more. Maybe we have one more for you. Not a story, sort of a murder. I mean, I think you could be charged with murder for this. There was a teacher died after being served a margarita at a Mexican restaurant with industrial degreaser inside of it. Here's her photo, Holly Hill. Actually, I remember Holly Hill. We did this story. Holly Hill. There you go. She died after she drank a margarita that had industrial degreaser that contained lye inside of it. Ugh, that's no good. They're saying it damaged her esophagus to the point that my daughter's been fighting for life for 2.5 years. She spent a week in hospital, but it took more than 12 hours to keep her esophagus open. Oh my God. They're saying here in a civil lawsuit that the margarita caused long-term, long-lasting esophagus issues for her. She ended up surviving, but got very sick later on, said that she couldn't breathe, and ended up dying in hospital a couple of years after. So they're now suing the company. Okay, the OSBI is saying her death is suspicious, but findings have not been made public. Allegations have been highlighted in a civil lawsuit. Industrial, who would put degreaser in a margarita machine? Yeah, I'll play you the video.
Elgin community gathered to pay their respects for a teacher who recently died.
Holly Hill died last Thursday, and her funeral was held today. A beloved teacher from Elgin Public Schools, Hill's death has sparked widespread mourning from the community online.
The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation is looking into her passing, investigating it as a suspicious death. And as many pay their respects, 7 News reporter Ree Kirksey joins us in the newsroom.
Ree, you spoke with Hill's mother. What did she have to say?
Tara, Dave, Holly's mother, Kelly Hunter, told me her daughter's story, as well as the battles she faced for 2.5 years. The Elgin community is mourning the death of an elementary school teacher. Holly Hill, a beloved teacher at Elgin Public Schools and an alumnus of the school, died last week. Family and friends have taken to social media to mourn her death. I spoke with Holly's mother, Kelly Hunter, and she shares Holly's story and about what happened the day her life changed forever, 2.5 years ago. Allegations that were highlighted in a civil suit.
She was served a drink that instead of having margarita mix in it was made with industrial degreaser that contained lye, and that lye damaged her esophagus to the point that my daughter's been fighting for her life for 2.5 years.
Holly's mother said they spent a week in the hospital, but it took more than 12 weeks to keep her esophagus open.
I really worried when my baby girl woke up and I had to tell her she couldn't eat or drink anything for 30 days. She'd be upset, but instead she smiled at me and said, I can do that.
Not only was Holly a teacher, but she drove school buses too. After time in the hospital, Holly decided to live her routine life.
As usual, she got up and went back to work because her kids needed her.
Hunter told me while Holly was at work, she began to feel unwell and spiked a fever. She decided to finish her day at home in bed and go to the hospital in the morning until her mother received a call.
And about 1:18, she called me and she was gasping for breath and telling me that she couldn't breathe and she needed help.
Hunter said she rushed to help her daughter.
She told me, I'm dying, Mom, but I need you to know that I love y'all. And I said, you're not going to die, baby girl. You're too strong for that.
Holly's husband continued to speak to dispatch operators when she lost her pulse. That's when Kelly stepped in and started CPR.
I really don't know how long I did CPR. It seemed like forever.
First responders arrived on scene, and Holly's mom thought everything was okay.
It really felt like I did it, you know. I thought they were there. She had a pulse. We were going to be okay.
Then Holly lost her pulse again when first responders tried to move her.
I had to sit there and watch my baby die right in front of me. I'm heartbroken, and that's not scratching the surface.
Holly's mom also shared why it took so long for them to speak out about Holly's story. According to Kelly, It's because they couldn't.
I know a lot of people are asking why. Why wasn't something said before? The whole time this was under litigation, we were told to shut our mouths and that we were not allowed to put anything on social media. That's why. And I really would like people to know that. It's not that we didn't care until she was dead. It was that we were literally told to shut our mouths.
Kelly says she wants someone to be held accountable.
But what I would like is criminal charges filed and someone held accountable for my daughter's death.
Kelly is now remembering what kind of person her daughter was.
She was loud and happy, and she had beautiful dimples and always had a smile on her face and had beautiful blue eyes. And she was energetic and caring. She loved babies and kids, and she was honestly my best friend.
You can count on your 7 News team to keep you updated as the investigation unfolds. For 7 News, I'm Ree Kirksey. Let's take a look on what's happening in our.
There you go. Very sad story. I hope her civil lawsuit uncovers exactly what happened to her, and maybe the family will get some justice eventually against the people who hurt Holly. What an awful story. You go out for a drink, you're trying to have some fun, and it had degreaser which had lime in it. Awful. It just terrible. And she was a teacher trying to educate the next generation of people. They're saying here that they called it unfortunate and isolated and confirmed the drink was served to Hill in February of 2023. I mean, does that make it okay? I don't know if it does. I think it makes it a tragic death. You know, they're just trying to make it all go away, aren't they? Chipmunk said, I hate how they spray and clean crap around food. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty awful story. I hope her family get to the bottom of it. Yeah, 2 years. It's almost like in some ways you hope that she didn't survive to have to go through all that pain and suffering to only die later on after 2 years. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're doing a little bit better, my friend. Yeah, awful story. Yeah, I posted it here, this one. 15 member for 15 months. I appreciate it, my friend. Even if we don't see you every day, I know you're supporting the channel. Thank you very much for being a member for 15 months. That's ages. I can't believe we've even had memberships for that long. I didn't even know we did. I didn't even know someone had got to a year yet. I'm glad they did. Also, I want to thank Sean for a donation to the PayPal. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Nothing new about Joanna. Joanna was laid to rest on Friday. They had her funeral on Friday, just a day or two ago. There's been no news on the investigation into what happened to Joanna. I've got nothing. There's no updates. Just that they put her to rest. That's it. Hold on, Joanna Brown. Yeah, no updates except for the obituary detailing when the service for her funeral would happen. Here you go. And the funeral was Friday, November 14 at 11 a.m. So it already happened. So on Friday they had her funeral for her, but no update into the investigation into how she ended up in the back seat of that car. No details at all that I can find. No details that I can find. Yeah, there's been nothing, no updates on any of the local news. So it's all sort of gone very, very quiet. So I wonder if it was a self thing. So she'd done it herself, because that's the only reason these sort of investigations ever go really quiet. Yeah, there's been nothing to say they're searching for anyone, nothing to say they're looking to arrest anyone, nothing to say the death was suspicious, but the last thing they had was the investigation into Joanna Brown's death remains ongoing with the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, and the Worcester PD. But that's the last update anyone had. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you other than maybe the investigation is just very slow. Maybe they are looking for someone, but not anything I can find. I've been looking every day for an update and I can't find anything. So I don't know. Just know that she was put to rest on Friday. Carolina said, yeah, we won't hear more if that's it. I mean, that's what I figured. I would have thought we would have heard about them looking for someone or arresting someone, being how dramatic it was, how they found her body. But the Thoros said this should be in the forefront of local news. Yeah, there's nothing. Betsy said maybe that's what she meant by personal reasons. Maybe, but a strange thing to tell your boss, right? I would have thought. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, a strange thing to tell your boss. All right, my lovely ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll be feeling a lot better and I'll be able to do a longer show for you for Sunday night. But I just wanted to check in with everyone, at least come back and do some sort of a show for tonight. And yeah, I hope by tomorrow I'll be feeling a lot better. And we'll be back to normal. We'll be back to normal doing true crime for you. All right. I love you all. Good night. Bye.